What up, y'all? What up? What up? Happy Friday. We are live. So, few technical difficulties on my end holding us up, but we got some help here that they're gonna definitely help us out. We got Mr. Peter Boland here, Miss Debbie Sardone. What's up, guys?
Hey guys. Hey Peter. Hey AJ. Great to be here. Happy Friday.
All right,
Absolutely.
happy
Good
Friday.
timing.
Happy Friday. Yes, yes. So, I'm expecting a crowd today. Hopefully, the CBN family won't let us down today because we told them in advance. We emailed them, so we expected some company today, y'all.
I
So,
know.
I'm about to pull to the house here shortly. So, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, and I'm gonna let these great speakers from the Clean Biz Network Conference 2024 kind of take it away here. So, here we go.
Oh wow, Peter, we're in charge while he's
Oh, look at
moving.
that. Good. I'm
Charge.
excited.
It's dangerous.
I am absolutely excited. I should sit up in my chair to show my excitement. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I mainly talked about lead generation and how to grow your janitorial company and make it scalable. The main things I talked about, and well, I guess I'll say it this way. I spent the whole conference talking with everybody. And what I learned from talking with everybody is everybody wants to have a big company that they can eventually hand down to their children, which is very, very admirable. I don't think our industry, whether it be cleaning, is going to be around for another 15, 20 years with robots and automation. So I implore everybody to build a company that you can sell so that every single day that you put your work and effort into and you get a salary out of, you're also gaining equity and growing your company and getting a check in a different way. So my main things would be to build a machine that can grow. And the way you do that and the way our industry does that is through cold calling and sales. If you look at the places like Jan Pro, and if you look at places like Janet King and these giant, almost $1 billion companies that are targeting $1,000 contracts, all of them are built through cold calling, door knocking, and building out a sales team. So that is what you need to do. In our industry, you need to go where your customer is, and your customer is at work. Okay. I hear a lot of the time go on Facebook, go on LinkedIn. But when you're at work and I'm working, I'm not on Facebook or LinkedIn. I'm actually doing my job. Okay. And that's what the most successful people are doing is they're building their business out. So I would highly recommend building out a sales team. And a lot of the time you guys don't know how to do that. So the easiest way to do that, because nobody wants to learn how to cold call because it's treacherous and it's horrible and nobody likes it. And the easiest way to do that is hire somebody to do it for you. And if you go online and you look at online jobs PH, you can hire somebody in the Philippines for about $800 $800 American, and they can generate you about 4 appointments a week. Quality appointments, which is going to get you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a month in new deals every single month. And all you keep doing is purchasing. You just keep hiring more and more salespeople as you grow and as you scale, right? You get 3,000 more. He's doing good. Then you bring on another one, and then you bring on another one. The things you need for this are a CRM. I highly recommend HubSpot. You need to purchase leads. I highly recommend Data Axle. Okay. You need to have a sales script, which is what I'm going to be delivering to everybody at the end of next week in an email that sent me their email address. I'll also be emailing you our job postings so you can see how we hire people. And I'm going to shoot a brief video of how we take people through a hiring process. So if you want to mimic it so that it's a little bit more automated for you, you guys can do that. And I'll go over a little bit of our training program as well too for you guys. So you guys could build something very similar. But the whole point is in order to scale, you need to remove sales and have it as an automation towards it. I know Debbie was talking about a lot of this with her attrition rates and ensuring that you're having more customers come in than you're losing. It's just, it all turns out at the end of the day to a mathematical formula. That's all it boils down to. How many leads are you getting in? How many are sitting? How many are closing? What's the average sale? What's your attrition rate on the other side? Right? If your attrition rate's higher, you need to find out why it's higher, fix the issue. But if your attrition rate's just your attrition rate, then you need to amp up your sales on the other side so that you're making more than you're losing. It just comes down to math, right? And having a great team to build with it. That's all I'm going to say for today. Debbie, why don't you take it over from here?
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Peter. And
Hey,
it's pretty exciting. So the good news is for the residential cleaning industry, there aren't going to be any robots anytime soon putting their hands in people's toilets. So the good news is if you have a residential cleaning business, you're in the right place because AI isn't replacing us anytime soon. We vacuum, we dust, we hand polish furniture. We sweep and mop floors. So I am super excited about our industry. And I really enjoyed being with the CBN friends and AJ at his event in Las Vegas. It was absolutely phenomenal. If you guys missed that event, you need to put it on your calendar to be there the next time AJ is throwing an event because he always throws a quality event. People are super excited and motivated in that room to grow their business and get to the next level. So, of course, Peter, I was honored to get to be invited back to speak this year. And AJ asked us to share just a little recap on some of the things that I shared at CBN this year. So one of my favorite topics is marketing. And so this year I shared the Profit Amplifier Sales and Marketing Blueprint. And for the very first time ever, I shared my Welcome Mat marketing strategies. And so MAT stands for, number one, identifying your market avatar. So people in the residential cleaning business, we need to remember everyone is not our client, right? Not everyone. Think about how the residential cleaning business literally puts you in the subscription-based business. We shouldn't be doing too many one-time cleans. So who is your market avatar? And I talked about how in our industry, the avatar I'm going after, the ideal client I'm going after is the regular repeat client. That person that's going to use me every week, every 2 weeks, or once a month. And then the A in the MAT formula, besides marketing avatar, the A is customer acquisition cost. You have to know what it costs you in marketing to acquire one regular repeat customer. We went through the formula, but you can Google it if you weren't there and ask ChatGPT or ask Google, how do I figure my customer acquisition costs? That is the A in the MAT. So market avatar, and then the A is acquisition cost. And then number 3, Peter just alluded to this, your tracked attrition. Every subscription business has attrition. We are always losing some and gaining some, losing another and gaining another. So you have to track your attrition carefully. And attrition is that number you can't really do much about. People move away and they drop our service. People retire and decide they can't afford it anymore. Sometimes our customers pass away. Sometimes our customers lose their job. And sometimes we just suck and we get fired. It's, there's many, many factors for attrition. And of course, we want to control what we can, but the things we can't control, like customers who move away, we have to account for our attrition. So that's the MAT in the Welcome Mat marketing steps. And then I'm not going to go through all of the steps in the marketing strategies that represent welcome, but I went through 7 other things that you can do before you should ever spend money on marketing. Those shoe leather marketing, those branding strategies, those things you can do on your own through networking events and connecting with your top 20 clients and beefing up your referral program and rewarding and incentivizing customers and employees to refer you. So there's so many things that we should be doing. Improving your sales skills. Before you raise your marketing budget, get better at closing the sales that are coming your way. So there's so many things that we talked about in the Welcome Mat marketing system. So let me just share a couple of things. Number 1, you need to beef up your sales skills on the spot. Instead of sending bids, you want to win the sales right over the phone, or if you do in-home estimates, you want to win the sales on the spot in the home. Don't try to get back with them later. E is for endorsements. You want to launch a campaign to get others to endorse you. Local realtors, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, people at the Rotary Club, your best clients who are well connected in the community. Number 3, L, lead generation streams. Don't ever rely on one stream to generate leads for your business, because Google can change the rules tomorrow. Facebook can change the rules tomorrow. Have multiple lead generation streams: email marketing, text marketing, Google, Facebook, print ads, door hangers. Don't just be stuck on one thing. And then number 4, capacity-based dynamic pricing. And I'm going to go in this deep, but think supply and demand. Think about the airlines, right? The more full the plane is, the higher the price of the seat if you want to get a last minute spot on an airplane. And then number 5, offer upsells. How many of us are not offering upsells? You can add window cleaning, carpet cleaning. You can add patio cleaning. You can add an extra deep clean. You can upgrade the regular clean to a deep clean. So offer upsells. And then number 6, multiply the frequency. Don't settle for one-time cleans. Try to get them into a recurring service. If they say I can't afford every 2 weeks, offer them monthly. If they say I can't afford monthly, offer them quarterly. Multiply the frequency. And then number 7, this was the last one, eagerly follow up. Too many of us are not chasing down the prospects that we did not connect with. We leave a message, we text them, and we move on and ignore them. No, eagerly follow up over and over again with those prospects. You'll be surprised at how many will close. So that's just kind of a recap on what I covered, the welcome mat system to amplify your sales and marketing. And one thing I will share, and I did share this, and in fact, I'll post it right here in the comments, is I shared that I'm having a 3-day residential cleaning business owners conference starting April 4, 5, and 6 in Dallas, Texas. And for the CBN network friends only, and I've never offered this to anyone publicly, if you were a part of the CBN network, you're friends of AJ, you get to attend my live event for free. It's a 3-day event. It's a $600 pass, and it's in Dallas, Texas, April 4, 5, and 6. So use coupon code CBN free when you register, and all you'll have to do is put down a $100 deposit. That's what we call a show up deposit, and we'll give it back to you when you show up. And you can actually get in for free, but only because you're a part of AJ's CBN network of friends and clients. And so you can go to cbflive.com and register and use CBN free to get in, completely free of charge. So that's what friends do. Thank you. That's what friends do. Friends take care of other cleaning friends. So that's all I got. Hi, Mila. It's great to see you.
Oh, Debbie, good to see you too. It was great seeing you at the conference.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Hey, AJ, welcome back. All right. Well, that's all I have. I hope to see some of you at CBF Live. It is 3 full days of residential cleaning business specific training to help you get your business to 7 figures beyond, get the owner out of the field and out from behind the mop so you can grow your empire and grow to multiple 7 figures. So I hope to see you guys there. Friends of CBN, use coupon code CBN free.
All right. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Appreciate that.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to copy and paste this link into YouTube as well for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All
All right,
thank you.
Mila, it's your show now.
Well, thanks for holding it down, Debbie, while we were still coming on here and scrambling. You always give some good nuggets. And that CBF free, that's a big deal. Thank you for
CBN free.
I would say CBF free. Did I say CBN? Yeah, CBF free.
CBN free. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you,
everybody
everybody.
knows.
And thank you, Peter. I'm going to head on out. Got company coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
You have a great day, Debbie.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. All right, Mila, what we got going on? What you got going on this Friday? Peter already spoke, so he chilling, but he gonna hang with us a little bit.
I'm gonna hang a little bit longer. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. No, I don't have much going on. Just just my pinky in the brain thing. Spend the morning working and writing and figuring out what my next moves are going to be. That's what I'll be spending this whole month doing. Actually, not really. This is kind of the season for vacation rentals, so I also need to get on that as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna recap the event a little bit. I'm gonna look in these comments too, because I haven't even checked and saw who was with us today. So let's see who's in here. Let's see what we got going on. By the way, make sure y'all go to check out Miss Debbie's link. So it's www.cbflive. No, yeah, cbflive.com. And the code is CBF free. So make sure y'all check that out as well. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas, 3 full days residential cleaning business training. All right. And it's only free to CBN. So make sure y'all take advantage. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm just going to shout out everybody while we're waiting for the rest of our guests to join us. Let's see what we got. I want to say it's Yavanka. I remember you, but I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right though. I'm pretty sure it's Yavanka. Shout out to you. Say hi, everyone. Nice seeing you guys again. The event definitely changed my life. That's a fact. Shout out to you.
That's good.
Shout out to Banks Cleaning. He was also there. My guy Charles Banks. Your guy Charles Banks, Mila. He had a Hostkeyper shirt on.
That's right. Wasn't that cool?
Right. Who else we got? Javier was also in the building. Thank you for your time. He was talking to Peter when he posted that. All right. Who else we got? That's me. You got a new member to the channel. So welcome to Renita Pond. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining the channel. All right. Let's see what else we got. Steve Jones. Debbie, you are spot on. She's going now, but I'll say it anyway. You're spot on. Upsell to increase your revenue. Blessings from John & Co. Systems, Janitorial, Indianapolis, Indiana. Shout out to Steve Jones checking in. Big Rome was also there. He said, checking in from Los Angeles. Thank you to you all for your generosity. CBN 2024 was absolutely lit. That is a fact. Yeah, Tiffany said, I'm here. I'm in here on the big screen. Let's go. You got us on the big. I'm on TV. I told somebody I'd be on TV one day. Right. All right. And she said, yeah, okay, I said it right. Good. All right, my guy Demon Slay. Oh, that's my guy Shannon right there. Shout out to him. He was also in the building. Look, being a ladies man, he would just mess with all the ladies. He didn't care about none of the business that was going on. He was just in there, just moving and shit. That's right. I was like, let me stop before I get him in trouble, but I forgot. Yeah, I think he got I think he okay. I ain't gonna say too much more, but I think he all right. My guy Believe 313, that's Mario Kelly right there. I'm sure he's gonna be in the stage in a minute. He probably in my text now asking for the link again. So let me make sure. Right. All right, who else we got? All right, he said checking in for Tulsa. Like, don't be laughing. She laughing at me. All right, cool. So let's go over here and recap this event a little bit. And I didn't get a chance to see every speaker, but I know for the ones that I did get a chance to see, Peter was one of them that killed it. Every single one of the speakers just killed it, man. Brandon surprised me, and I know it's like I don't not say I underestimated my guy, but like he surprised me though, like because I never seen him speak. Like I knew Peter would kill it. I knew Marquell, he does that all the time. I know Erica Williams would kill it. She's always on stage. That's speaking of. But Brandon, you made me proud up there, bro. You know I was gonna add you that fast, but you made me proud up there, and you had everybody saying to the highest level by the time you left that stage. So I was proud of that for sure.
I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate the invite and the opportunity, to share the stage with some heavy hitters, man. That wasn't easy at all, man. We had freaking Peter Bolin up there. We had, just so many heavy hitters bringing so much value. Oh my God. Like it's so hard to bring that home. You know what I mean? If you wasn't there, it's just hard to kind of take that and explain it to somebody. It's just the energy in the room. It was just one of those things. You just had to be in that room. So, man, I'm just grateful. I'm just truly grateful, man. And I'm very appreciative, for the opportunity and for you believing in me. So hopefully I touched, touched one, man. If I touch one and touch them in the right spot, man, my job is done. So
Absolutely. I think you did for sure. For sure. Let me shout out let's see, Linux Logistics checking in. Said what up. Shout out to you. Renzo V. Greetings to Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta checking in. As well as Candace Reese. She was all quiet in the room, but we saw her, right? She was there. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Angelica, of course, she was there. She's been there since what? I don't know if she came to the first, but she was definitely at the 2023, and then she made it back for 2024. So shout out to Angelica. And she also went out with us on the town too. So shout out to her. Hey guys, thanks for jumping on. Peter, you killed it. He definitely killed it. So much knowledge. We were all stunned with how strategic your businesses ran. That's a fact. I told him, man, his model is like, yeah, that's the way to do it. So if you're on that email list
It's
that
the
Peter put
scale
out,
model in janitorial. It's the only way to do it.
yeah, I love it. Who's this? I'm Ahmed. I'm gonna roll with that. All right, Saeed Ahmed, I think is AJ. You got me into cleaning. I got everything set up as far as the LLC and the website going, but the insurance I got a quote for. I still got a full-time job and waiting for that right moment to start. All right, let's just keep taking steps forward. You get it. Just keep following it. Let's see what CEOs are doing that too, Peter. Apparently, like every time we post, they do like 3 of them at a time. We don't know why it does that, but anyway.
It's okay.
All
I was
right.
just excited for a comment. That's all.
Okay. Right. All right. Helena Garcia says hi, everyone. I can't remember if she was there or not, but anyway, y'all definitely should have been there, man. I swear to God, every single speaker blew me away. And you know what else y'all did too? When I said, you know what? I'm gonna finally speak next year because I just be sitting on the sideline. It's like people don't believe it, but everybody always said all the time I'm an introvert anyway. But then also it's like I'm nervous, like because I'm good for a nice little icebreaker joke, right? I'll walk up there nice and confident, but just about 2 minutes into it, it's like, oh shit.
So what we should do next year then is just push you on stage without giving you.
There you go.
Notice.
Do me like I did you.
And then, exactly, exact same way, and just have you go right. You bring it home. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. And it's like I don't know what I'm waiting for. It's like what am I afraid of, right? Because that used to be the fear. It's like I get up there and it's like, oh shit, what if I say something wrong and they throw me in a fire pit or something, right? So, but no, I definitely know what stuff, so I don't know what to wait for. But shout out to Ricky and the Route team. We finally got a sponsor this year. And speaking of Ricky, y'all made me think of them. But make sure y'all go to www.getroute.app. Check out that app as well. He was a sponsor for this year, along with our other vendors. Shout out to the vendors as well. But Ricky, I brought him up because he has me speaking at Cleaning and Cocktails. So I won't be speaking, but I'll be on a panel. So at least I'll be on the stage. So that'll give me some practice before I actually speak next year. So, but shout out to Rick. Hopefully he'll show up today too.
Yeah, Rick's a great guy.
For sure. I was saying, feel free if y'all wanted to jump in because we're here to recap and talk our head off for Pete's sake because none of our other speakers are here yet. So take full advantage. Otherwise, I just keep reading the comments. Sure, Comfort Cleaning says, hello, everyone. Glad to see you all together again. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know what I ran into a lot with janitorial with talking with people was everybody was so worried about getting paid for their invoices. Service.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, yeah, but like I start on the 1st and they're not going to pay me till the end of the month and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like, they're so terrified of it. And I think I was even talking with Brandon about this. It's, if you're going to grow a big company, million to 10 million, and the only reason why I talk 10 million, because that's really where our cap's going to be this year. I don't know anything over that. Yeah. You're not going to change a company's accounting process. Like we have our own accounting process in our business. If we have one vendor that's like, no, you're going to do it differently. And we're just going to be like, we're going to go with a different vendor. Right.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do it is to control it on your subcontractor side. So the subcontractor gets paid when you get paid. So all of our subcontractors, if we start January 1st and they start January 1st, they get paid March 1st for January's work. So they get paid 60 days back. We let them know about this up front. Like we are clear about it. It's in all of our training videos. It's in every single thing we do when we onboard them. And we have no issue with it. Like zero problem with it. So what happens is majority of our clients pay about 45 days. That's the average. We have some that pay 90, others that pay within the first 15, but we actually get to hold on to the cash flow in cash, and we're never out any money.
Right.
So if you deal with the problem of the subcontractor upfront, let them know that this is how they get paid, and you have a big enough pipeline of subcontractors, which it's easy to have a big pipeline of subcontractors, you have no problem with ever being out money. So that's how we did it, because we were almost going bankrupt, because we would grow by 40,000 in a month, and then we'd hire staff, and then we'd have to pay them on the 1st and 15th, and we have all this money going out, and then 4 months later we have the money coming in. So we couldn't do it. So I had to create this cash flow model so that we are never out any money, and I can add $100,000 on of contracts in a month, and we are never going to have to worry about servicing that debt, because we will always be paid it before the partner gets paid.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that, to hear you say that, because that was how I started off doing it in the first place, right? And I was at like, probably doing like $4,000 a month at the time when I first implemented this stuff, right? And I hired my first subcontractors. And I would literally, because that was the way that when I was with the franchise, I was with Jam Pro, that's how they paid us. They would make sure, you know what I mean? And it's like I had to wait all the way to the end of February to get this stuff from January. So it was just like, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck it. If they doing me like that, I would just explain to my subcontractor, hey, this is how I get paid. So this is how I pay you. If I could pay you sooner, I would. But the crazy thing is to hear you say it, because eventually I got away from speaking of that, because I thought it was either wrong or not scalable or nobody would go for it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what every business does. So like when you negotiate a contract, one of the terms of the contract is when you get paid, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you're doing residential, you're talking about getting paid before you do the service, right? So like there's nothing wrong with talking about terms of it, but we always think of it as us and the client. We never think of it as us and the subcontractor. So we just negotiate the same terms with our subcontractors, period. And we'll have maybe 1 or 2 a month being like, hey, my car broke down, can I have an advance? Right. But like 1 or 2 out of 400, like, oh, sure, it's $800, $400 here. It's nothing, right? But we get to scale as quick as we want with the cash flow in hand. Right? We're always in a cash flow positive because of it. So it's something that everybody should look at, because it was something that almost everybody I talked to had an issue with.
Yeah. And you know what I think
people get paid before, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you don't. You have to flip it, the model.
Right. And like, people don't like to hear the mindset stuff, but you got to mention it, because it's like a lot of that is exactly what that is employee stuff that we're trying to bring over to our entrepreneur side. And it's like, no. Okay, when you got a job, you might get paid every week, every 2 weeks. And so you think automatically you're supposed to get your money that fast, and you automatically assume that people working for you are going to automatically expect that or else. And it's like, no, we're all entrepreneurs, especially if you're dealing with subcontractors in particular. Then no, everything's negotiable. It's business. So I love that you're pointing that out and making that, you know what I mean?
And like the key is to bring it up front multiple times. Like you have 5 points of like contact where you're like, I just want to let you know about this. Hey, here's the agreement. Here's when you get paid. Hey, here's a payment summary sheet showing you like we are so clear about it, so that when it happens, nobody's like, I don't understand why I'm not getting paid.
Right.
It is so clear and upfront. So if you do that, you get to keep your cash flow. You get to scale as quickly as you want to. You never really need to worry about the invoice being paid on time and having the money going in. So
I see Steve Jones in the comments. He said, in 2024, I'm doing net now. We were joking about that a few lives ago. Shout out to DJ the Boss. He was like, what do we call it when it's net? You get paid up front. We're doing net now. So that's one way to solve it too. And shout out to Pristine Commercial Cleaning. I would love to hear Mila and Brandon speak on this one as well. Y'all said they're asking what's a good way to find subcontractors. I'd love to hear all of us speak on that one if y'all want to jump in.
Sure. 2 ways, like we have over 10,000 leads of subcontractors. So the 2 ways we've done it is, one way is we've done Indeed or ZipRecruiter, and we get tons of leads that way. The second way is we've posted ads on Facebook. Ads on Facebook seem to work great for getting subcontractors. And then the third way is referrals. So about 40% of all of our leads actually come from referrals. Because
how much would you say? I would say, how much would you say you would spend on Facebook ads for subcontractors? Just a average on a monthly.
When we were heavy hitting it, $4,000 a month to get the 10,000. Now we have a $2,500 cap, and we'll get a few hundred plus a month. But like, if I get 200, right, and I talk to these 200, I can get another 200 from referrals.
Right,
Like,
that makes sense.
Everybody that's in the cleaning industry that is a subcontractor knows other people who are subcontractors.
Exactly.
So like, you just have to ask for referrals and be so upfront about it, and you will double your leads just off of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it is the easiest and cheapest route to go, but you need to do the investment upfront.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what you, most of the time people hang around people like them. So if you got a good one, chances are they might know another good one. So What's up, DJ? Welcome in. Welcome in.
What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for having me, man. Good to be here. Good to see everybody again.
Yes, sir. So we were speaking on subcontractors. I kind of wanted everybody to chime in, but go ahead and let us talk about how it went. You were on the stage, so kind of share, just recap a little bit what you took from the conference, how you felt about the conference, how you felt about your speech, what you shared in your speech. Just give us a little bit.
Overall, the conference was absolutely amazing, and beyond the business results that I'm sure everyone is really thankful for. What stood out to me is just seeing the passion and the love that everybody gives to everyone in that room and in that community. It was magical. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, with so many people just so willing to help and so willing to share information, and man, it was crazy. And everyone who was there was, like the utmost respect for everyone. There was no there was no I'm here, you're here. Everyone's just trying to help everyone. Everyone's, even the bigger people are learning from things from smaller people. It was just an incredible thing to see, man. It was an overall great experience of a conference. That was probably my biggest takeaway, is just that if you're not a part of a community of people of like-minded people, that can be game changing, man. It was definitely game changing for me, just in that short time that I got to spend with everyone in person. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. I on stage, I just kind of shared my story and some of my favorite business principles and things that got me to where I am today. Avoiding net 30 until you can actually afford to do net 30. Obviously, not running from any work. If you run from the work, you might as well hide from the money. It's my favorite saying. I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, I don't even remember what my part on stage. It was probably the smallest thing in my memory from the conference is what I did on stage. I was more floored and enamored by all the other presenters and people and beautiful people that were at the conference, like big dog Peter up here, Brandon Orr, Mila. Everyone had incredible things to say and incredible advice and insights. And so yeah, that was, I just enjoyed it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I took away, what I learned from DJ, y'all. For if we got some Cleaning Balls family in here, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret about him. So this guy can party too. Now he can turn up. I didn't know that, because on his channel he got this serious persona. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he showed me another side. I didn't know he could
I get down, baby. I get down. Oh yes, I get down.
Hey, DJ definitely like to kick it, man, and he's a fan of premium cigars too. So we definitely
big facts. Yeah. They don't know that side of me. Yeah, I get down.
All right, cool, y'all. So let's jump in on this subcontractor, because I know, Mila, you do all subcontractors too, right?
Well, yeah, I do. The funny thing about the term subcontractors is it's like almost confusing, because when you guys say subcontractors, you guys are talking about you're hiring somebody else who has a company, right?
No, it gets both. So it's like, it could be just an independent person,
right,
who you're hiring as a 1099 worker. Don't say employee, but as a worker that get, you know what I mean? Or it could be a whole nother established company, but they're both still subcontractors. So you have subcon, yeah.
Yeah, all of everybody that we hire are subcontractors, are 1099s. So how I find them, I mean, we still kind of do the whole Craigslist round, the whole Indeed round. Facebook doesn't work so well when you do when we've done Facebook ads,
Yeah.
we get a lot of people, but most of the people are not qualified for some reason. They say they want a job, but they don't really, move forward after that. But
Right.
as far as groups, we've tried that last year where we had a lot of cleans, and we've kind of had like the same amount of cleans throughout the year. So we didn't really need to hire a surge of people, but then we got this big surge of cleans that happened, and it happens a lot at different points throughout the season. And so we just went on Facebook, like a Facebook group, like a Houston Airbnb Facebook group, asked people if they wanted to work for us, and we subcontracted out some jobs to them. So that was cool too, and it worked out. So yeah, definitely hire 1099s. I like that system. It works for me. We have a lot of people that live here in Texas that may not necessarily have a social security number, but they can obtain a tax ID number. And so, yeah, and subcontracting works for them.
Cool. You got something on that, Brandon? The subcontractor route?
Yeah, man. I think that's until you get. Well, I can't even say that. I was about to say until you get into the several millions in revenue, but I can't even say that because Peter is there and he's still on a subcontractor.
Right. Yeah, don't have to change. We always think it has to change, right, at some point.
Yeah, because that's what I was told. Until you get there, in the several millions, then you want to transfer over, into employees. And
no, you never want to. Yeah, I was talking with a guy named Dan Trader. Do you guys know who that is?
I heard of him, but I don't know either.
Doing 20+ million, all subcontractors in Dallas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Any big, like you look at the big boys out there, like Omni Cleaning, they're $1 billion, all subcontractor, unless it's in specific buildings that require them to be employees.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
our
industry lives off subcontractor model.
Yeah. And kind of what I use as a reference, man. And I know it's a different industry because a lot of people kind of misunderstand, they'll say, W-2 subcontractor, or they'll say 1099 employees, but a good way to kind of keep in mind, or, what you can do and what you can't do is look at like one of the biggest subcontracting companies, which is Uber and Lyft. Yeah, probably the largest subcontracting company, and you see how they operate, like that. But yeah, it's all type of stuff that you can do just to make sure that you're doing everything right, because you don't want the DOL come knocking on your door about misclassification. So, but there's so many resources out there, man. I would just say become familiar with those resources. IRS has some stuff on their website about what you can do, what you can't do, and I think the biggest piece is training. When it, then it comes down to training. As long as you're hiring people who are knowledgeable at what they're doing. It was a certain time where we subbed out. Like I was this is when I thought I wanted to do carpet cleaning. I got humble real quick, then we just started subbing it out. If they already know how to do it, that's a subcontractor. You don't have to train them. Hey, here's the address, here's what the client is looking for, here's the date they want us to come by, boom. And then when you think about it, it's the same thing with cleaning. Hey, this is what the client expects. These are the days they expect it to be done on. You send it to your sub, boom. So you know what I mean? So it's similar to this, to that type of setup. So correct me if I'm wrong, Peter.
It's funny. We actually got around the training aspect of it because what we do is we pay people. So let's say I pay somebody $1,000 for a contract. In our agreement, we will have $1,000 going to them, and then we'll have 15% taken off for education fees, where we educate them on how to grow their business and how to clean correctly. And they have access to our online university. And this actually negates that problem, right? Because they're actually paying me a fee in order to do it. So I actually get to give them training on how to grow their business, and then they get to service our contracts.
There it is. That was a major key. People, if you didn't catch that. So he uses, education, not necessarily training, but the word education kind of separates you from, the folks who are kind of not, doing that. But education, and then they're paying for it. So it's not considered training necessarily.
Yeah. And then they have their own supplies, obviously. Like, again, we were just audited in September, and we passed with flying colors with an audit. And like, our tax system, yes, is different than yours, but not when it comes to subcontractors. It's pretty even. right? Everybody's worried about getting dinged. You're not going to get dinged if you have an agreement that's airtight and you follow the agreement and you make them fill out, like every single person that comes on with us has to have a registered company. We train them how to get a registered company. We train them how to get a GST number. We train them how to do everything. So when the government comes back and asks us, we're like, oh no, here you go. They're a registered business. And we don't have to pay it for them. So we don't hire people and just call them subcontractors, even though they're technically under X amount per year, they can be an independent contractor. We make them go through every single hoop because we want to see that they're serious. And then once they've done it all, then we'll bring them on as a partner. If they don't want to go through and do it all, we'll just find somebody else. So for us, hiring is like a sales process. There's a pipeline that goes into it. We invest X amount a month in leads. We take those leads. We call every single one of them. We pre-vet them out and qualify them. Then we put them through an online training program and make them jump through hoops and get registered. And the ones that do it all and come out the other end are the ones that we use. And that's how we weed out the shitty ones. So I hope that makes sense and hope that helps for everybody. But like, again, we have a full team on it. We got 4 people doing just the partner scouting, we call it. And then we have 2 people putting them in buildings and we got a manager over top of them. Right. It's all just a giant system.
Yeah, I think that's incredible value because I've always been one of those people who was really scared to get into hiring subcontractors, and I built my business so full of strictly W-2 employees just because I guess just like the know-how and knowledge. So now that it's here, I think you guys should really like pay attention and rewind this clip, rewind this live to make sure you understand what this man is saying, because even I have a lot to learn in that area because it's not something that I've experimented with a lot of my business. So. I'm definitely going to be looking into doing subcontracting, and I think it's actually going to be the key to expanding my business. Now that I'm learning a lot more about it from people like that and other people at the conference who had experience with it. So
sure. Another tip on it that will save you thousands of dollars is cap people out on buildings. So they only get X amount of buildings per month, and they can never go above a specific amount of contracts. I find when somebody goes above, let's say $5,000 a month, what ends up happening is they end up starting putting cousins and uncles in it, and the quality always dips. 1, 2, what ends up happening is that their ego gets inflated. And like, if you have to take a building back, they don't want to give it back. They start fighting you to take the keys back. Like $5,000 seems to be this cap where they think they own you a little bit. Right. So I cap them out at max $4,500 a month. And we tell our partners this: you'll never get over $4,500 a month from us, but we can show you how to go out and get your own contracts. I need the control and the ability to, if the service goes down, start removing buildings without having a big hoopla of people like freaking out because this is their salary and all that type of stuff. So like, we made a huge mistake and gave one guy like $15,000 at the beginning. And like, we ended up losing half of them when we had to remove them. And it was a lesson learned. And I've repeated that lesson 2 more times throughout my 10 years. So like, it'll always end up happening. Their ego gets so big. So you just have to make sure you cap them out on it.
Wow. First off, what's going on, everybody? Peter,
what up, Mark?
What's happening, man? Peter, I needed to hear that like 2 years ago. For real. Everything that you just said,
Yeah,
I made every mistake. I didn't do what you did twice, and I didn't get anyone quite up to $15,000. But I made each and every one of those mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously needed to have this conversation with you like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was, I got, I'm coming in late, so I don't know where we are as far as everything that's been talked about. But one thing I'll say in reflection on the conferences, man, like I got so much value. And one of the things that I really appreciate about you, Peter, is your analytical approach to how you do what you do. That's really amazing, man. Like the way that you have everything dialed in. I'm looking at what you just said, and I'm reflecting on it, and I'm thinking about all of the mistakes that I made when it came to subcontractors. I know how to get them, but we made a lot of mistakes. And I talk about the losses that we took last year, and 90% of it was due to figuring out the whole subcontractor thing. So that right there, man, that was huge, man. Salute to you. Thank you.
Yeah. So like the easiest way to become analytical with everything is to build the process out on a hypothetical thought that you have, and then run somebody through it to make sure it works. Everybody's like, oh, I'm just going to hire people. I'm going to slap ads on Indeed. They put people on, they get leads. They call some of them. They forget to call the other ones. They don't actually end up cataloging where the other subcontractors were. So they could have 3 more really good subcontractors there that they might need 6 months from now, because everybody's looking for subcontracting also, but they don't ever get to them. Right. So like you have to build a process out. So I build a process out based on a hypothesis that I have, and then I run somebody through it, and then I just hire somebody overseas and train them to do that. And then I tinker with it for like 2 months until it's perfect. But it always starts with a hypothesis. Here's how I think it should go. And everything is based on a pipeline. I take a sales process and duplicate it over to a hiring process. And I'm like, okay, I need lots of leads. After a lead, what's the next pipeline stage? And we actually do it in HubSpot. We have a whole pipeline that we just call hiring, and we move them through pipeline stages until they get hired. So it is a legit sales process that we have.
Peter says something, man, that kind of, resonates throughout business and any model of business that you're in. He said duplication. And I think when I was on stage, I think I said something about duplication as well. Like, that's what business is really duplication. And sometimes we get so much information from so many different people, we kind of get caught in the weeds. It's like, man, we get brain overload, like, man, where should I start? But really, it's just simple processes that we continue to duplicate over and over again. And I think I said that about the McDonald's model. Every single McDonald's you go in, the shakes are going to be on one side, the fries going to be on another side, the drinks is going to be in the same spot. Every single McDonald's, they just rinse and repeat and just keep doing it over and over again. And I think that applies to every aspect of our business, whether it's getting leads, it's the same process over and over again. Getting the appointment, same process. Closing the deal,
repeat
onboarding, finding a sub. It's just the same process, just over and over again. And I think a lot of people get discouraged is when we do it, we tiptoe and we may not see any success, and then we quit, and then we get discouraged.
No,
and then we
running a successful company is boring. It's boring,
but
that's
it is so boring running a successful company.
Yep. It really is.
You figure out something that works, and you just keep repeating it on scale, and then you put people in charge, and then you put somebody over top of that, and then you review numbers, and then like all I do all day is review numbers to see future problems. Like, it's boring.
It's funny you said that, because I wanted to point that out when Nicole was on stage at our very first speaker. Shout out to Miss Nicole Thomas. I wanted to point it out, but I had to shut the hell up, and that was going to change the whole thing. And I wanted to make sure we stayed focused on what she was talking about at the time. But she said something very key, because she has been basically a freelance cleaner for 20 years, right? And so it's clear, obviously, you can make a living in this thing without ever scaling it up. She's proved that, right? But she said something very key when she was on stage. She said, I always switch to different things and different businesses and do this and do that because I get bored. And when I get bored, I just switch. And I wanted to point that out so bad, because you just said it. Business is boring. That's why y'all see me change so much shit too, and I need to stop. Right? Yeah. But it's like, because once you got them and the systems in place, all you got to do is just keep selling it over and over and over. Make sure you got enough people hired to keep up with the demand of what you're selling. But that is, and it's boring, it's redundant, but it literally, and it's lonely too. So,
I really wanted to make sure we hone in on that particular part, the systems, like everyone, like these process and procedures that we're creating in your business. Every aspect of your business needs them. Yes, they're mind-numbingly boring sometimes to put together, but that is business. Is creating those systems. That's all a business is a group of systems that make something happen. Anytime you want anything to happen in your business, you're going to create some set of processes and procedures in order to get it done. That's what systematizing your business is. That's all automation is you're going to put people or technology in place to make whatever you want to happen in your business happen. And then once that is in place, you continuously improve it and dial it in until it's perfect for you, or until it yields a good enough amount of results for you to move forward.
And I'll say this about systems. So like early on in my business career, people would talk systems, and like I wouldn't be able to figure it out because I was thinking about it too analytically. I'm like, are we talking about automated processes and da 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 da? No, I'm literally talking about a Word document that has a click here, then go to the next tab up top with a photo beside it, click here, enter
next?
this name in here, just like step by step by step. And if you don't have any systems, build it with one page. And then eventually that one page will turn into 95 pages like we have now for our service team. You know, and then every time we have a meeting, we'll sit down, we'll talk to somebody. And then after we're done talking to them, we're like, okay, they asked me a question. So now that answer I gave them has to go in the system sheet at the back for rules. So they can always scan to the back of it. And we're looking at putting all of our systems online digitally through Trainual right now. So that can just go type it in and then reread and learn our systems, because the manual is coming too big for them to flip through to find it. So now we got to look to put it online where they could just type it in and it could see, like in a QCC's questions, comments, concern section, how to fix it and do it.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly how we do it.
It's either going to be typed out or it's going to be video. You either record everything you're doing, and probably a combination of both if you're really good like that, right? So
we
put
made
it
a
in and put it
mistake
in.
by doing video. Video's great for first time learning. It's really bad for repetitive learning because you have to go back and find the one section where it is. And it's a 20-minute video and you're like, oh, okay, where was that? Where was that? So if you have the video with the prompts to where what the steps are in a Word document, it makes it easier for them to find.
I love that.
We actually saw a software for that, to where like anytime something's ever come up in my business, if it's something that's visual, we'll do the video, but it also sits in that software. But we also type every single step out of every process, so that anytime someone's had a question or they can't figure something out on the computer, I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and add this to that list of systems, and they're able to just go ahead and ask the question or type it in, and it'll pull up the answer for whatever that question is.
Which software do you use, DJ?
I use Talent LMS. Talent LMS. I think, which is really cool.
He used Trainual.
Yeah, Trainual. Any learning management software is going to have some variation of it. Just grab a learning management software and use it to its fullest potential.
I would,
because I use Clean Biz Network, by the way. Clean Biz Network does have that ability. We have an LMS in there. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I point that out, but don't think you got it.
I'm even mentioning any other one, man. Yeah,
no. But I wanted to point it out so we can have, so they could, maybe they never heard, maybe they heard of the one you're talking about. And it's like, when I tried it, I'm a horrible salesperson on my software and it does so much, so it's hard to sell it. So it's like, well, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, Trainual, we do that. So it's like, whatever you got, LMS, like you said, learning management system. But anyway, I just wanted, that was me throwing you the oops so I can dunk it. That's all. So value. But anyway, all right, what we got going on here? I saw somebody talk about this, right? I lost it. It was, anyway, well, I'll answer this while we're trying to find the one I really wanted. So you asked me, was I going to do a discount for the subscription for members? That's a great question. I actually didn't plan to, but you're right. I probably should. So I'll figure that out. So thanks for asking that. And then it was something I saw about, well, while I look for it, I'm going to start another conversation, but it was something about next year. And so I guess I'll just ask y'all now, since I can't find the one I wanted to highlight. So who y'all got in mind? Here we go, right here. That's the one I wanted to start it with, right here. Shout out to, well, I don't know how to say that. Sale Lab 27. Let's say it like that. There we go. But he said, shout out to the CBN family for a lit family reunion. That's exactly what it felt like, y'all. It felt like a family reunion. Everybody we met, it felt like we knew them the whole time, right? And almost everybody there I met for the first time, almost. So in real life anyway. So shout out to y'all. So with that said, I want to jump into this topic. Who would y'all like to see at the next CBN conference? I know, Peter, you just spoke up a guy. So if you want to make that intro, I'm more than open to it. You said down in Texas. So, but yeah, who do y'all, anybody got anybody in mind that y'all would like to see next year at the CBN conference? I'm thinking next summer, by the way, as far as the dates go.
Yeah, I can make the introduction. I'm flying out to see him to do a podcast and chat with him next month. So I'll talk to him then.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Y'all got anybody in mind? I know I got some texts earlier about some suggestions, and then also about hosts as well. I'm open. I'm all ears. Unmute yourself. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I'll
be there.
Oh man.
Hosts, speakers, whatever.
I would love
Vendors.
to see Tenacity Clean back again.
Hey,
They did an amazing job. They did an amazing job. Yeah.
Was that the two girls that were the MC?
Yes.
Yep.
You know what? They did fantastic.
Yeah.
They killed it. Unbelievable. Right?
Shout
Like
out
they
to them.
really,
Shout out
really
to
did a
them.
great job.
Yep.
110%.
So
Yeah.
I actually really am excited to see what we get to experience when Peter has a full, a full amount of time to actually prepare himself, because he killed it with a
Right,
knowing when he
freestyling,
was going
right?
on stage for all of 48 hours, I think. Like, yeah,
No, I had 15 minutes. It was supposed to be a sit down. I had 15 minutes, right? Sweated through my suit while I was up there.
And kill it. So I can't wait to see what he does next year with a full amount of preparation time.
What would you guys want to learn? Like I know every aspect of the industry, but like, what do you think people would want to know? Would they want to go like really deep into leads? Would they want to learn how to do the whole walkthrough side of things and shut down deals, how numbers work, how to give pricing on site? Like, I struggle with it because I can do any aspect of it: hiring, operations, sales, like granule. I could go down to the smallest detail in it. But what do you think people want to see?
I think, here's what I want to see from you, Peter. I want to see you get that YouTube channel back going. And then once you start doing that, that'll tell you exactly what the views will tell you.
Thing. I was like, I'm willing to open up my analytics to you so you can check out my audience, the audience interest and kind of what their most common questions are. But I was like, I think you should actually just go ahead and create that audience and look at that data and see what people are leaning to, and it'll probably give you the biggest insight to what to speak about.
Okay, sounds good.
I got some. Listen, because all right, I like this right here. Somebody said pricing on site. So here's my thing, and I'll let y'all jump in and disagree with me or agree with me. But I always say never feel pressure to price on site. Like, I don't know why when we're new, we always feel like we have to do, like, you think you got to walk in a building or a house and just automatically eyeball and say, all right, it's going to be $500. And like, no, you're not even expected to give it right then. Like, they expect you to come back and send them a nice proposal anyway. And honestly, you look better giving a nice put together proposal, in my opinion, than you do versus going to your car right quick, coming back with a little handwritten fucking ticket. Like, so to me, don't feel like you have to price on site. Now, if you got some type of software like Calculated Clean or Route or something that can put a proposal together in 15 minutes and you can sit in the car and calculate it and put it together, cool. But still don't feel like you have to do that on site. So that's my opinion on it. What y'all got on that pricing on site?
Never leave the site without delivering price.
Wow. No.
Never leave the site without delivering price.
No way.
110%.
Wow.
I'm going to go the complete opposite way. So, like, what
so
we end up doing.
Wait. Are you delivering a whole proposal?
Everything, yeah.
So you're using software to do it, though?
Yeah, we could do it with software. We could do it with, I could do it over a phone on a checklist with.
Well, I know you do virtual now, but I'm talking, let's just say if you were doing it the way that everybody else does it right now.
Yeah. So like we used to have, if I'm going to meet somebody, I used to print off a proposal. It's 3-4 pages. One page was the contract, right? And then I'd have like a fill-in checklist, XXXXX, that we could build for them, right? And then on my phone, I have an Excel sheet that can do pricing, low, medium, high. So I go in, the very first thing we do is we say hi to the girl in the front, right? The owner comes in. The second the owner or the person I'm meeting comes in, we set the frame. Here's what I want to do. I want you to take me on a tour of the building. Then I'm going to look at it on my own. I want you to tell me what you want. And then when I'm done, I'm going to come find you and sit down. And then we're going to go over price, terms, and service, and really how our service benefits you. Is that okay? So then we go do that. And then we sit down with him. Because a lot of the times, if you're getting a phone call from somebody, you're in competition with 1 or 2 other bids. Okay. The reason why I like cold calling is because when I cold call somebody, I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm only in competition with their shitty service that they already hate. Right. So if I'm in competition with 2 or 3 other people, I can sit down and could be like, hey, you know what? Based on what you want on a low scale, your price is going to be X. On a high scale, it's going to be Y. Right. Where do you want to be? What do you want to fit? Right. We go through everything with them. We're like, do you have your other the competition's proposals here? Let's compare apples to oranges and see if there's something that we're missing. And I could walk out with a contract on the spot. I don't have to wait 2-3 weeks.
Here's the thing though. So, because I know you got your niche too. Like you got your parameters where you're not going over a certain amount of square feet and all that. So I could see that doing it if I did it that route. But I'm talking about if you got, you're doing all these different types of businesses. I just don't see that. And then how many walkthroughs are you doing a day? I don't know. I disagree, but we can respectfully disagree on that.
I think you hit it on the head, AJ.
I think if you're doing, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Brandon. I think you're right. If you're doing $5,000 a month contracts, $10,000 a month contracts, very difficult because you're having to measure everything. Right. And the process is going to be a little bit longer. You're doing government facilities. You're not doing it that way. You're doing buildings that are averaged $1,500 a month and under. It should be delivered every single day on site.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
That I can definitely get behind because he mentioned something about that at the conference and how a lot of facilities that he can kind of just give pricing without ever setting eyes on the facility. And then in my world, I couldn't imagine not getting eyes on the facility. I absolutely have to get eyes on the facility. But I mean, I dream of the day where I can have those production rates dialed in and those facility types dialed in to where I could just plug it into my Excel spreadsheet. And it's kind of like that already. But yeah, I dream of those days where I can. For the most part, we can get pretty close. We're always pretty close, just doing a rough estimate. But yeah, but usually I have to get eyes on a facility just because my facility types they're shaped so differently, and they can be they can be crazy amounts of square footage, but not all cleanable square footage. So we actually got to go in there and measure everything.
Yeah.
If it's under 15,000, you can do it without seeing it. If it's over 15,000 square feet, it gets a little tricky.
Yeah. So I'm right there in those areas. So I've a lot of my facilities are usually around 30,000 square foot. So it gets difficult for me to not go into the facility. But we do have those accounts that are underneath, and it'd be nice to be able to kind of dial those in, just like you're saying, and that would speed up the system so much and make us so much more efficient. So definitely going to be learning from you in that aspect and getting more dialed in on that.
Mm-hmm.
What you have, Brandon?
No, I was just gonna say it's more. Peter runs it like more transactional. You know what I mean? He literally runs a commercial cleaning business, damn near like it's a residential. So that's, I've never seen that. I
run like a software company.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So I've never seen that done because when I'm going through, I'm looking for opportunities to upsell. I'm looking at the windows. I'm even looking at your damn vending machines because I got a vending machine, partner. That's a question on our questionnaire, because I'll throw them a lead. They don't have vending machines. I'll throw my vending machine buddies a lead. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at everything going on in that facility, high dust and opportunities, windows. I even take pictures of the exterior windows. You know what I mean? Yeah. Throw that lead over to my window people. But yeah, that's pretty dope, man. That's the thing about business, man. We're visionaries. We're visionaries and we're thought-provoking people. So we always coming up with different ways to figure something out, different ways to find the answer to problems. So there's no one way. Y'all see it. There's no one way to do it.
I leave a lot of money on the table. Mm-hmm. I leave a lot of money on the table when it comes to extra services because we don't really do them. So I'm not saying my way, it's my way or the highway, right? Everybody can do it a different way. I'm saying if you want to scale quickly and grow by millions with low cash flow, what I do is probably the best.
Yeah, I agree. And if you look at the franchises and stuff, they all do the same. They call it unit franchise owners, but they're essentially subcontractors. And that's how they are able to cover grow so fast and cover so much. So I agree 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really one of the biggest things that caught my eye. Even before you went on stage, Peter, you were talking about the way you do your walkthroughs. I'm like, man, that's really interesting because I'm not saying I know everything, but I've never met anyone who's done walkthroughs that way. And the fact that you do them that way and it works for, obviously it works for you, is most definitely intriguing. It's something that I think most people would want to learn about and know about. I would love to be able to do a walkthrough without having to actually physically be there. You know what Seattle traffic looks like at 5 o'clock?
Right. Oh my God.
Right? Dude,
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, what it does is it opens up the country to you too.
Yeah.
Right? Because you just don't operate in Seattle, because right now you're like, well, I have to go physically be there. So if I have to be there, I can only do this parameter. But if you're like, well, if I never have to go to the facility, technically I can operate anywhere, right? Because we don't have any employees. We'll operate as far as California to New York for you guys, and we have no employees anywhere. No manager goes and sees a facility, just the partner goes and sees them that we've pre-redded out to our other pipeline. So like, it is a magical system. I don't like training people how to do the system of over screen share, not because I'm scared they're going to take it. I'm scared they're going to waste a lot of time and not be able to figure it out, because it is extremely difficult. Like, it is not an easy process to do.
Yeah.
A good person will close 35%. If they miss just these little things, they'll close 5%. So it is not easy to do. It is very, very difficult. So I almost don't like telling people, because your close percentage will be higher if you go down and see them. And most people are only going to be doing it in their own area. Does that make sense? So I try to tell that what's going to be best for them. But if you guys really want to learn that type of stuff, let me know and I can kind of show you how, but it's difficult. Like, it's not easy.
One question while I got you here, Peter, I realized we're already at 7 o'clock, so we're going to wrap in a bit. So, but I forgot to ask you this while I had you on stage. So I know you basically cover all of Canada. I think I heard you say that, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you in the US as well?
It'll be by the end of this year.
Bet. So I'm gonna ask you next time when we talk, right? Because I'm gonna add, the question was gonna be, damn. So all right, how is it going to a whole nother country? But cool, we not there yet, so we'll wait for that. Cool.
We've already done the legwork on it. We've already done some calling in it. It works.
Yeah, right. Because Canada and US.
All we do is we get a PO, a UPS box. We get them to ship out checks for the once a month up to Canada. So we have a postal service. We get a different IP for our website. So when we're calling into the US, it shows more of just US stuff when it goes to onegen.com, versus in Canada, it'll say Canadian stuff. Right. And then we just follow subcontractor laws with our contracts. There's a couple tweaks we have to make to it, and that's it. We don't have to file any US taxes because we have no employees. So everything's done in Canada. Plus I get 40% on the dollar. So I'll actually make 80% on a contract.
Love that. Love that, y'all.
How fucking crazy is that? I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm telling you, your model is perfect. That's the one I'm finna copy in this year. But forget this year, because it is 7 o'clock already. And I'm highly disappointed at a lot of the speakers. This was the opportunity to circle back and get the people more value, and also let them know where they can find them, because we had so much going on at the conference, people might have missed them. But we out of time now, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it. But you know what? This would be a good opportunity for one of these other YouTubers on here to just pick up where we left off and keep the momentum going. If y'all want to go live, I would do it if I was one of y'all. That's just me, though. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this one up. So if y'all can, please, and I'll start with the top right, and we'll work our way around, and then we'll close it out. So, Peter, if you can let them know, again, who you are, how they can find you going forward.
Pardon? What did you ask that last question? Sorry, I was reading something.
My bad. Yeah, I was just saying, if you could let us know like who you are and how we can find you going forward.
Peter Bolin, One Janitorial, pushing on 10 million this year. And you can find me at the Peter Bolin on Instagram or my YouTube channel, Peter Bolin.
Let's do it. Thank you, Peter. All right. Who's next?
Are you watching you live?
Am I on? Yeah, I'm live. I'm unmuted. Somebody, I'll go. AJ Simmons. Right, fuck it. AJ Simmons, goddamn, the cleaning business GOAT, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Y'all know what it is. Go to www.cleanbiznetwork.app for everything cleaning business. All right. If you want to get it going. And by the way, the prices go up after the night. So make sure you go check it out and get whatever you're trying to get tonight because it's up tomorrow. And I'm out of here. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You already know yesterday's price is not today's price. I respect it, big dog. I respect it, man.
Yep.
Y'all already know who it is, man. DJ the Boss on YouTube, at Cleaning Boss Family on TikTok and Instagram. Come follow me, man. Built this entire thing on YouTube from start to finish. You can see my entire journey. Now helping plenty of people get started from zero to wherever you want to be, man. Just getting some success in your business. Come check out the channel. We're live on the channel right now. I don't know if it'll stay live once everyone hops off, but yeah, definitely feel free to come check me out. Love y'all, man. Pacific Northwest in the building. Marcus, I see you. We got to link up, man. We got to link up and do something for the community out here, man.
No doubt.
We got to link up. Brandon Orr, big dog in the sales game. Love you. Mila, Queen, I appreciate you. It was a pleasure meeting all of y'all, man. I love y'all. Take it easy.
Bye, DJ.
Yep, guys. So again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I appreciate and value, everybody. Thank you guys for the hospitality. That was my first time at a conference. It was amazing. I'm not going to spend too much time on here before I forget because my memory be going back and forth. Brandon, I appreciate you, bro. And I got to get with you. I got some stuff to talk to you about. I'm going to DM you. Mila, it was so nice to meet you. Carolyn, we didn't get a chance to really talk as much. You were busy. You were doing your thing. But it was definitely nice meeting you as well. Guys, you can find me on YouTube, Clean Things Solutions, or you can just search up Marcus Crockett. My IG is very, very skinny right now. You can find me on there too, Marcus Crockett on IG. Guys, once again, it was a pleasure meeting all of you. Thank you guys for all of your support, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
All right, Marcus, be in tune. Oh man, we got Carolyn on here. I feel like I gotta stay because my sister's on here now.
Hey guys,
no,
sorry.
I'm a dip, man. Y'all know the girls. Y'all know how the girls got me, but
I know. Sorry.
I might pop back in a minute if y'all still on here, but I got to make sure they straight. But anyway, I'm Brandon Orr, guys. Man, run a successful cleaning business in 2 states. Left the corporate world and went on this journey, man, and seen a lot of success, a lot of failures along the way. But if you want to learn from my failures more than my successes, follow me on Instagram, man. Follow me at Dreams Into Motion. And if you have not gotten your Go Getter planner for cleaning business owners, go ahead and go to dreamsintomotion.com and cop those. They sold out at the Clean Biz Network conference, and we just re-up. We got some more in. So go ahead and get that planner, man. Start to take action. Start to take control of your day. Start to put in the right motions into your day so you can see success on the back end of that pipeline. Big time sales guy. If you want to know anything sales, anything cold calling, anything overcoming objections to close that deal, hit me up. Instagram and also on YouTube. YouTube Brandon Orr 7 and Instagram Dreams Into Motion. Good talking. I'm out, ladies.
Hey, Carolyn.
Hey, I am so late. Sorry about that.
You're our closeout. So I'll close out and then I'll let you close.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, everybody, I'm Mila, the Hostkeeper. If you are into cleaning Airbnbs, that's what I do. Follow me on Instagram and on YouTube. I have my YouTube channel. It's been a couple of months since I posted something new, but I'll be posting again soon. And also, if you are in the vacation rental space, hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Mila the Hostkeeper, because I'm looking for cleaners. So everywhere. So just hit me up and let me know where you are. And I'm out, but I'll hang out with you, Carolyn.
Thank you. Well, guys, I was definitely late, but I appreciate you guys showing up. It was an amazing conference. And my name is Carolyn Arellano. You guys can find me at Carolyn Arellano on YouTube, where I'm most active. You can also find us all on Clubhouse, you guys. So AJ, Mila, Brandon, Tony, Angelica, all of us hang out every week on an audio app called Clubhouse every Wednesday. We're doing, I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. I have a link on all my social platforms. So if you want to hear us on an audio app once a week where we spit free game and talk about a specific topic, be sure to check us out. And yeah, good night.
Good night.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that Be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.